EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Clark looking to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Come on, let's go! 38!
Looking to throw. Clark. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. First down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Yeah, baby! Yeah! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Now Clark off the play fake. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Clark. From the gun, he'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll start off with a give to Lewis. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to have a third down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll look to throw here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Over, 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 over.
They run. This is Lewis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long, pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Clark now going to throw again. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now Clark to throw, operating from the gun. And he's got his man on the out route. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Clark to throw on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that 1st down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Clark. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey. Watch it now, Barney.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
Now Kelly. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he's flushed out left. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They run again on 1st down. Chubb. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Clark. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Clark. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
That's it, baby.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless 1st half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this 1st half, but he's got a 1st down here. Now Clark from the gun, he'll throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Flex round! Flex round!
Here's Clark, throwing again. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Flex round! Flex round!
Clark now to throw on third down. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Watch the run! Check 13! Check 13! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Check 4!
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to throw here. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back. onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's caught inside the 20. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
To throw now on 2nd and 10. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check, Patriot!
Now a toss play to Lewis. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll set up a throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, Let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Now Clark to throw. Looking to throw on second down. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what.
That's caught inside the 20. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
He'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They're going to look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Clark throwing on first down. Drops it off for Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Browns on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
From the gun, Clark. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league...
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, obviously, that is declined, and the result is a safety.
And what a momentum play that is, right? You never want to see a safety wiped out. You get the points, and you're going to get the ball back.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. He's going to field this at the 4. And an alley to run. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Back to throw. Clark. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They pitch it to Chubb, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Now Clark on 3rd down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And they'll go on the ground. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third and 11.
Detroit!
Back to throw. This is intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. This offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
And this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Flex round! Ohio!
Here's Clark, operating from the gun. Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Yannick Ngakoue able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 11. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And now out come the Jags. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Watch it now, Barney.
On 1st and 10, Kelly. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Gun! Detroit!
Out of the gun, it's Kelly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. A toss play to Chubb. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Jaguars getting set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now Lewis. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4.
Over!
From the gun, Kelly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off near his own 48, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. On the left side, it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Ohio! Flex round!
Clark now on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Here's a toss coming right. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. Well, this is Lewis. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. To throw, Kelly. Open man right side is Sharp. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now a first down throw, Kelly. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's Kelly. Back to the air on second down. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Keller. He's going to let it fly. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So they'll line up for the onside kick. 18 seconds to go. And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Clark to throw. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Clark throwing on 3rd and long. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for